Chapter.
Okay, Ms. Hart, be with us shortly.
Good morning, everyone. Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Sean B. Perkins. While court is in session, please keep your backgrounds quiet and clear. Sit back with your names to be called. Also, if you're in a vehicle, there is no driving while court is in session. Also, there will be no talking, eating, drinking, gum chewing, walking around, or smoking of any kind. And please remember to be dressed at all times. Thank you.
For your honor. Good morning, officer. Good morning, everybody. Let's call is Mr. Your brother there, Ms. Gazule?
Yes, he is, Your Honor.
Going to, what type of resolution? Good morning. Is he gonna take the plea? You wanna go to trial? What does he wanna do?
So I had a moment to speak to him, and he can attest to this too. He wants to take the plea for the 6 months delayed sentence, but he's asking that he does it with the court rather than drug court.
I told you, I'm not convinced. I'll give you some time to, fight the ticket. You can get the discovery like you started to. I'll be more than happy to give you some time for that, but I'm just not gonna, if put it this way, if he is honest about what he says, then it should be no problem. Especially in this day and age where you got Zoom hearings and stuff like that, and maybe a few extra court dates. But I'm not convinced, and you need to step away. And I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but and I guess I am in a sense. You need to take the sister part out of it.
Out of it, yeah.
It just has to be separate. It has to be separate. You know what I'm saying? Like Judge Morrow said, we look at our kids through love eyes, and it's not your kid, but it's your brother. So you're looking at them through love eyes. So I'll give you the time that you need. If you want to do the discovery, if you want to do to fight the case, I'll be more than happy to do that. But we're not going to waver on the drug court. And if he's saying everything that he's saying and it's true, then it shouldn't be a problem anyway. Good morning.
Your Honor, I'll accept the offer.
All right. Let's call the case. This is the city of Detroit versus Alkeed Gazule. Get that right, Alkeed?
You got it right the first time.
Alkeed Gazule, case number U60301. Wait a minute. Do we have a court report? Wait a minute. Let's see. Do we have a court report? I sometimes can get ahead of myself. We don't even have a court reporter, so let's get somebody on the line, please. All right, we'll check some more people in. I have Lloyd, Jaquisha Lloyd.
Yes, I'm here.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. I have Mr. Gillespie. Rodney Gillespie, are you? I thought I've seen that name before.
Yes. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Michael Lacey.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. On behalf of Luke.
Go ahead.
I'm here on behalf of Lucas Uraley, Casotis Emery Uraley. Lucas.
How does he?
Judge Perkins' son. Hart,
Pardon me? No, don't get me confused.
I asked.
I'm Todd Perkins' brother.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Do you know that name?
Okay. I went to, yeah, of course. I went to law school with him.
With Todd?
Yes.
Oh, great. Now, this is set for a formal hearing, so we're going to give the officer the 30-minute grace period that we give them.
Of course.
If they're, but at the 9 o'clock mark, if they haven't made it, that's it. That's the cutoff time.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. I'm joining you from Los Angeles, California today.
You didn't have to tell me all that. Now you're making me jealous. I'll say envious.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I zoomed in, what was it, in April? I took my mom to California, and I zoomed into this very same courtroom on a case from Los Angeles, and you're up at 5:30 in the morning. So
Yeah, it's 5 here now.
yes, I was doing the same thing, but I was defending someone. I was doing the same thing you're defending someone, yeah? And it was this very same courtroom when
Yes.
Judge Langston was here.
Oh, wow.
Okay, this is a law, she's gonna do it, look at her equipment.
What about the insurance, Miss Garner?
I believe I sent it over.
You got it. We're waiting on the court reporter. She has a little technical difficulty. So, Ms. Kazuli, I'm going to start out with Ms. Garner, and then you'll be next, and then we'll go from there. And then Mr. Lyons, Lloyd. Let's see who else. Lacey. I don't see Lacey on the docket. So, oh no, Lacey is the counselor. I'm sorry. So, Lloyd, Lacey. We have another lawyer coming on. Attorney McNeil.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good
Here
morning.
on behalf of Eric Green.
Eric Green. Eric Green?
Yes, she's on the document.
Correct.
You see him on the
I just see it. He's last page, 130. I mean, second page, last entry at 130.
I have Griggs.
Oh, second page? Oh, I don't know what's going on with you.
Oh, you're talking about
130, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, because you separate your
oh yeah.
documents.
What does your client want an offer, or what does your client want to do?
Your Honor, if we could set it for a pre-trial, by way of some background. As soon as this incident happened, I did a FOIA request to the city of Detroit for the body camera footage. I just received that response 2 days ago.
So I don't mean to cut you off, Counselor, but you can save those words for, yeah, I know you got a lot of words to spit today for a lot of different clients. I'm gonna save you a few of those words.
Understood, Judge.
Convenient timing.
Good. I
His
see a lot
law,
of
his law
counsel.
just came on too.
Hey,
Yeah.
Judge,
Hello.
I'm back.
I did Yeah, I thought you were gonna,
I told Shannon, she said, you comfortable? I said, yeah, I'd rather work in our professional relationship and walk away and be, it happens.
It does.
I was, we were trained for it.
Huh?
We were trained for that,
Oh, see.
Ms. Lawway just told like 3 times already. Morning, Ms. Law.
Everyone.
All right. Now it's time to throw down. You ready to throw down, Miss Williams Law?
I'm ready to throw it out, Your Honor.
All right. We got Mr. Green signed in and Galloway. Where's Galloway? Good morning, Miss Galloway.
I thought she was on.
Good morning, Judge.
She's on 835.
Yes. Are we ready, Mr. Williams Law?
Yes, Your Honor.
Morning to you.
Good morning.
All right. Let's start by calling the case of, this is the city of Detroit versus Kyra Garner, case number 16-325-6891. Appearance for the record, please.
Otis Berry Jr. On behalf of Ms. Garner.
Okay, did I give you the Garner file? Is that Garner?
Kyra Garner?
Yeah, that should, we're gonna dismiss. She got, that's a 2016 case. She has sent me proof of insurance now. She has a driver's license. So with that being said, ma'am, you forward the court proof of insurance, and we're gonna dismiss this case.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna waive any warrant fee. I don't see that you have a reinstatement fee, and you do have a driver's license. So if there's nothing further, you have a very good day, ma'am.
Thank you, you too.
May I approach, Your Honor?
You may approach.
Oh,
Okay, I think that was I thought that most of them didn't have offers on it. Okay, let's go with, did you give me that green file?
I just grabbed Green, Eric Green.
That's, he wants a free trial date, and, that's Counselor McNeil. Counselor, if you want to speak with the city attorney right now, she's writing the offer. I can let you speak with her, but also I can give you that pre-trial date you requested.
Yes, Your Honor. I would like that pre-trial date. We've just sent the deposit for that body camera footage through the FOIA request.
So that's going to be something that. Thank you. So let's. I'm just going to make sure that Mr. Green doesn't have any other cases out there that he may or may not know about. All right, this is the City of Detroit versus Eric Dion Green, case number U60110-821. Appearance for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brandon McNeil, P number 81300, appearing on behalf of Mr. Eric Green, who is on Zoom. Please state your name, Mr. Green.
Hey, good morning. This is Eric Green.
Okay, so there is an offer, 3-month delay, fine them $240. but you indicated that you want a pretrial date. That pretrial date is going to be February 1st, 2022, at 8:30 a.m.
February 1st, 2022.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, at 8:30 a.m. Any further questions?
Nothing further at this time.
All right, have a great day, Counselor, and Mr. Green.
You as well.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one as well.
All right, let's go with Mr. Gazule. Let's call the case City of Detroit versus Akili Gazule, case number U60301621. Appearance for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Julia Gazuli, P number PH4553, appearing on the defendant, Elke Gazuli, who is sitting right next to me.
Okay. So we've had a lot of discussion about this case. It's from my understanding that your client wants to plead and take the offer. Now, the offer here as it's written is the 6-month delay, but we discussed if he wants to plead, we're going to send him over to drug treatment court, and I got an understanding of how that's going to happen. Thank you, Madam Prosecutor.
Yes, Judge.
I have an understanding on how that's going to happen, that it's going to be a way where he takes the sentence here. On the date and time of sentence, we will, he will come back in. I'm thinking we're gonna, well, on that date, we're gonna send this file over to the drug treatment court at that point. So, with that being said, why don't we see if we can get this going right now? And what did they mention? Send them over to probation?
She was supposed to have someone zoom in on that baby. Remember? I thought she was gonna run it lean first. I have to call her back.
Call her back and see, so we can know exactly what needs to be done with this. I thought you mentioned something of him pleading and going to probation and then coming back on the date and time of sentence.
But someone was supposed to have zoom in and see if he was eligible.
I thought that's what they did. All right, let's get some more clarification on that quickly.
Did they zoom in?
No, they didn't zoom in.
That's what I did.
All right. Let's get some more clarification on that quickly, and then we'll pass that until we get that understanding. All right. Mr. Lyons. This can be right. All right. All right, this is the City of Detroit versus Jonathan Hart Lyons. Case numbers SP 372884, counts 1, 2, and 3. Z 8039511. And we'll call case number CR434003300, count one. Appearance for the record, please.
This is Zoom call? Howard S. Berry Jr. on behalf of Mr. Lyons. State your full name, Mr. Lyons.
I'm doing this. This court, that should be like 5 minutes.
State your name, Mr. Lyons. You're on mute.
Unmute, Mr. Lyons.
Lyons, state your name. Unmute yourself and state your name, please.
Okay. My bad. My name is Jonathan Hart, Lyons.
All right. So there's an offer here in the file to plead to the amended count of failure to display, amended count of improper plates. That is a misdemeanor. I'll fine you $240 for that. I will dismiss the ticket immediately upon payment of the $240 fine. I will, and with stipulation of probable cause, I will dismiss the other matters. I'm going to dismiss case number Z8039511 for the age of the ticket. And what I do see, you have a right to a trial, sir. I do see these tickets are pretty old. You have a right to a trial, and you have a right to speak with Mr. Berry to assist you in making whatever decision you want to make, or you can take the offer that I just presented to you. What would you like to do, sir?
I'll take the offer and pay the ticket.
All right, can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Or you can put your hand down, sir. Sir, you understand the maximum possible penalty for this offense is 93 days in jail and/or $500 in fines?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial?
Yes.
You understand by taking this offer, you're going to give up the right to a trial?
Yes.
Has anybody offered you anything other than what's stated in the record?
No.
All right, so let me draw your attention back to, way back to March the 1st, 2015 at around 10:28 a.m. in the city of Detroit in the area of McNichols and Ashton. Sir, did you have an occasion on that day to be pulled over by a Detroit police officer?
Yes.
And on that day, were you operating a 2010 Dodge?
Dodge Charger, yes.
Okay, and was there something wrong? Was that vehicle, something wrong with the plates on that vehicle or the registration, or the was that vehicle properly registered at that date and time?
I believe that the insurance, no. No, I don't think so.
No, you got to give me a definitive answer, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
No, because I didn't know it was actually my child's mother's car. So I don't know how the car was operated.
Can you help him out, Mr. Berry?
Sorry, Your Honor.
Can you help him out?
Sir, was the car improperly insured or not?
Oh, no. No, it wasn't.
All right. For that, I'm going to accept your plea to the amended count of improper plates. I told you I'd fine you $240 for that. I told you I'll take that under a 3-month delay, but I'll dismiss that immediately upon payment. And with stipulation of probable cause, Counselor, I'll dismiss the other tickets.
So stipulated, Your Honor.
All right, sir, when can you pay?
As soon as tomorrow or today. today.
I see you have a bond here on one ticket, $100. Seems like you have a bond on another ticket, $100. And let's see, you have a bond on another ticket, $100. You have, let's see what this one says. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like you got a couple $100 sitting here. Now, I'm gonna waive all warrant fees, but you're gonna be responsible to pay the reinstatement fee. So that's at least 3. And also I call 1440330001 because that's a ticket that it seems like you've had, open for some time that it was adjudicated back in 2014, but it was never paid. And it says you owe $386 on that. So here's how we can work it. You can, it seems like you have enough bond here to take care of the 240. And I would just make a suggestion, you do how you want to do it. One of really a few ways. You can come down to the court, bring some money with me, and ask them to apply those bonds to all of your fines and costs. 240 plus the, that's what I'm concerned about today. And then the other $386, but then you need to concern yourself with the $345 reinstatement fees if you want to get a clearance here. So whatever that bond will cover, it'll cover. If you owe some more, you need to pay that and you can get all this stuff cleared up. Or I can have my clerk, Ms. Nash, put it in the system and put a request in the system. I can give you a phone number to follow up on, or you can go to any DAF kiosk in the city of Detroit, pay it all off, and then the bond will be returned to you at some point in the mail, or you can pay it online and do the same thing. What would you like to do with that? I would make a suggestion that you just come down and do this, but I'm gonna leave it up to you.
Okay. What day can I come down and do everything? 'Cause I work Monday through Friday.
Friday. I'm gonna put a date in the computer. I need you to give me a date, and I want it to be done before that date or by that date, or else you're gonna have to come back for a review.
Okay, I'll do it as soon as possible.
All right. What date do you want me to? How much time do you need? Put a date on it, as my father used to say.
Yeah. And how much is it altogether again?
Not gonna do the math, sir.
I mean, I don't know how.
I just went over all the numbers for you.
I can do it next weekend, Friday.
All right. So I'm gonna give you until November the 12th to take care of this. If it's taken care of by then, I'm gonna set it for review at 8:25 a.m. And if it's taken care of by then, you don't need to show back up. However, if it's not taken care of by then you do need to show back up. All right?
All right.
All right. If there's nothing further, sir, you have a great day. If I covered everything, Mr. Berry?
Yes, Your Honor, thoroughly.
If there's nothing further, sir, you have a great day.
You too.
All right, so.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. What was that date you just gave him to pay by?
November 12th. And all the reviews will be 8:25. We have, Mr. Potts, Attorney Potts on the line. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Very well. Galloway, what does Galloway want to do?
Checking in on Galloway.
Do we have Galloway's file?
I don't have that.
Galloway. All right, it's 9 o'clock. Counselor?
Is this matter set for a trial, Your Honor? I have pre-trial on my.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Potts. We got a lawyer that's got a formal hearing.
Oh, would that be Your Honor?
That would be you.
Your Honor,
Let's call that
I'll
case.
move at this time for a dismissal for Mr. Luke.
That's a little premature, but I see where you're going. Lucas, Urelli? Did I get the pronunciation of that name right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. This is the city of Detroit versus Lucas Urelli, case number N7864000211. Appearance for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Please, Honorable Court, Michael J. Lacey, P49777, on behalf of Lucas Casadas Emery Urelli.
Urelli. All right. And is your client here?
No, I am appearing on behalf with his permission, Your Honor.
All right, and then there's a civil infraction of the day. It's the date and time set for a formal hearing. And I've never seen a State of Michigan Department of Natural Resources officer write the speeding. But I guess he did is Officer Deppin here, Joseph Deppin, badge number 302. You made that motion, sir?
Your Honor, at this time, I move for dismissal.
And hearing no response from the officer, the case was set, the officer was set to be here at 8:30. It is now 9 p.m. That's 9:03, past my 30-minute grace period. So the case is going to be dismissed, no officer. All right,
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Great day, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, Your Honor. Sherelle Lanfair.
You can't be talking on the phone and on Zoom and driving, Miss Lampier, but I hope your grandmother's all right.
Yes, sir. And I'm not driving, sir. I'm on the passenger side. I'm on my way to the hospital, Your Honor, but I'm not driving, Your Honor.
Now let me ask.
Yes, sir.
Am I a little disoriented here?
No, sir.
I'm not.
No.
I'm wondering how you could be. I wonder how you could be on the passenger side there.
Yes. Would you like for me to turn the camera around, sir, so you can see my sister? Because I'm not driving, sir. My sister is driving. I'm not driving, sir.
All right. Let's go with Galloway.
Go ahead. I'll be in there in a minute.
Yes, Your Honor. Is there an offer on Galloway? I don't.
Let's call the case. This is the city of Detroit versus Aisha Chanel Galloway, case number U59466-121. Appearance for the record, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Coleman Potts, P78607. We have Ms. Galloway. Ms. Galloway, please state your name for the record, ma'am.
Aisha Galloway.
All right. So I have a note here. Obviously, Ms. Galloway appeared about you at some point, possibly, but the offer was to plead to the charge as charged, and I will dismiss upon payment with a gun safety course. So taking a gun safety course.
Was it a delayed sentence, Your Honor?
Yeah, essentially, I mean, delayed to the extent they have 3-month delay, but I'll dismiss it quicker than that, just as quick as Ms. Galloway can get that payment to us and get that gun safety course certificate to us.
Your Honor, can I speak to my client in the breakout room?
You certainly can.
We have case Curtis on.
All right. So now we have the case manager on the line. Is this state your name, Manager Curtis?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Jordan Curtis, Mental Health Court Case Manager.
Okay, we're back on the record with Mr. Gazule, and we have his counselor here on the line. So we wanted to try to get an understanding of how the process works. Mr. Gazule is wanting to plead as charged, and I said that we would send him to mental health court or drug court if he qualifies for it. I didn't know whether that understanding has or the criteria had been met already. If you've already spoken or ran his information to make sure he was eligible for drug treatment court or not, and then we wanted to know how that process will play out.
Your Honor, I didn't have a chance to speak to Mr. Gazule. If we could go into the breakout room.
All right, I'm going to do that, and he's with his counselor and sister. So they're going to both be in that room. All right, join the room, please. All right. Lloyd. Let's check some more people in. Green Posey. Good morning to you.
Linnell Green Posey.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Low. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Grigsby.
Good morning.
All right, let's handle something right quick with we'll handle the low hanging fruit in Miss Linnell. Well, let me make sure. Before I say that. All right, this is the city of Detroit versus Linnell Jean Green Posey, case number SP 11298141. Appearance for the record, please.
Howard S. Berry Jr. on behalf of Ms. Green Posey. State your full name, Ms. Green.
Linnell Jean Green Posey.
All right, so here it is. This is allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. In my opinion, one of the harder cases for the people to prove. What I'll do for your client, Mr. Berry, is I will either let your client plead as charged, 3-month delay. I'll dismiss immediately upon payment of $240 fine, or I'll give your client a trial date. I'll let your client pay the reinstatement fee up front and come back on trial date on February 1st, and then she can have a license then, and then, or potentially have a license then, and then the case we'll dispose of the case one way or the other on that date. But your client can't do any worse. She can only do better. I can allow you to speak to Mr. Berry in the breakout room as well, Ms. Green Posey, if you want to get a better understanding of what I just said.
It's okay, I understand.
Very well. What would you like to do?
Hey, come back February 1st.
She understands very well, Mr. Berry.
Impressive.
All right. We're going to, where's Posey's file? If it is up here, I got it. All right. Now, why am I getting all of these other tickets?
I just did that, and I think you have to.
But I don't see civil infractions. It must be, oh, I see. Well, I'm gonna backtrack on that a little bit. They have it written.
Yeah, her name is really not.
Yeah, they messed up your name here. So you also have some civil infractions as well. All right, let's call the case, let me see. Yeah, let's call the case City of Detroit versus Posey Linnell Jean Green, AKA Linnell Jean Green Posey. Case numbers SP 1201040, counts 1, 2, and 3, and SP 1201041. And you already put your appearance on the record, counselor. These tickets are in default, and the name was mixed up. So we will still. I'll set aside the defaults, first of all, and allow Ms. Green Posey to, it is Ms. Green Posey, right?
Yes, sir.
I will allow her to be heard on those tickets. They just, she got the tickets 5/19/2021. And I have a problem with, well, maybe she didn't schedule that we're hearing or not, I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna allow her to pay the reinstatement fees, but that one reinstatement fee is gonna turn into let's do this. Since you just got these tickets, why didn't you set a court date?
I think I missed the court date because the car came too late and I wasn't where it went. I'm at 2 different addresses, and I guess I was at a different one. And when I got to it, it was past like the date on the Zoom, so I didn't make the meeting on Zoom.
All right, I'm gonna waive the warrant of the reinstatement fees on the civil infractions for your client because she just testified that she's I'm gonna suppose she's in between housing right now, and I will make that a good cause for me to waive civil community reinstatement fee. So.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It'll put you back in the waive reinstatement fee. Waive reinstatement fee. And we'll set all of these matters, we'll set these matters for a formal hearing on February 1st, 2022 at 9 a.m. And then we will allow you to pay this reinstatement fee up front. And we'll set this for a trial on February 1st, 2022 at 9 a.m. If you can, ma'am, I would suggest you come back in here with a driver's license. I don't know, at least need one of those anyway if you're going to continue to drive. But it may do you, it can't hurt you at all. Well, you're going to have a trial on this allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, but you also have a trial on these, a formal hearing on these other matters. So February 1st, you should get some resolution to all this stuff. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
I can pay it off as I go, or I have to have all the money by February.
No, well, you don't have to pay anything yet because you haven't been found responsible. All you need to do is you need to write this number down. Do you have an ink pen?
No, 1 second.
You ready? Well, pull out your phone. You got a phone on you. Mr. Berry and I are only use ink pens anymore. Everybody else knows how to key it in on their phone quicker than anything, right?
That's my experience.
I got something.
He's ready. Okay.
I'm ready for the number.
This is SP 11298141. When you want to pay that $45, that's what's going to be the notice on there to pay that $45. All the other stuff, we're going to set formal hearing and trial date. And theoretically, I always say that because I'm the Secretary of State is the final person on that, but theoretically, you should be able to go get a driver's license if you don't have anything else in any other jurisdictions. Now, if you got other tickets out there, then obviously you can't, but you should have clearances once we waive those reinstatement fees and set those defaults aside for the civil infractions. You should be able to go get a driver's license after that. So we're going to set those defaults aside, set them up for hearing, waive the reinstatement fees for those ones, and you pay the reinstatement fee for the other one. You'll come back on February 1st, hopefully with a driver's license at 9 a.m., and then we'll deal with the other cases at that time, okay?
Okay.
You understand? You understand? You have any other questions, ma'am?
Yes. Yes, I understand. No more questions.
All right, very well. Have a great week, ma'am. See you
You too. Thank you.
All right, let's go back on the record. Lastly, with this should probably take care of everything, Mr. Guzule. So I've given you parties an opportunity to speak in the breakout room regarding how this is going to transpire. So Case Manager Curtis, can you inform the court on the procedure here?
Yes, Your Honor. So Mr. Gazuli, he is eligible and he does want to participate in our drug treatment court. We are a post-sentence program. So I believe the probation officers have to do a PSI. And then that probation officer will then refer him back to drug treatment court in 4 to 6 weeks.
So we need to set this out 6 weeks, sentencing out 6 weeks.
Yes, correct.
Okay, all right, and understood, Ms. Gazuli, on your client, how that's going to transpire, your client is understanding of that?
Yes, yes, he was very helpful with explaining the process.
Very good. Okay, if there's nothing further, Case Manager Curtis, you're free to leave, sir, and you're welcome to stay as well if you need to, but I know you probably got a lot of stuff to do.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Have a good day.
All right, Mr. Gazuli.
Yes, Your Honor.
And please, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor, nothing but the truth.
All right. Do you understand, Mr. Gazuli, that this is a misdemeanor punishable by 90 days? The maximum sentence is 90 days in jail and or $500 in fines?
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
You understand you have a right to a trial in this matter?
Yes.
You understand by taking this offer, you're going to give up that trial right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anybody offered you anything other than what's been stated in the record?
No, Your Honor.
And you do understand that the process that we're going to refer you to drug court, you're going to have a period of probation, and after that probationary period, this matter will be dismissed upon successful completion.
Yes, Your Honor, understood.
All right, so let me draw your attention back to June 11th, 2021, 7 p.m. In the area of 19988 Elmira Street. You can live nowhere near Elmira Street, do you?
Nope.
I had a buddy killed on Elmira Street.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I have no business down there.
You had some business down there.
Well, I'm saying, no.
At least that's what it says. But okay, so you had an occasion on that day and time to be in the city of Detroit to be approached or pulled over or seized by a Detroit police officer, didn't you?
No.
I didn't hear that, sir. Did you have an occasion to be approached, seized, confronted by a Detroit police officer?
Yes, Your Honor. I was approached by Detroit police officers.
And what did you do, sir?
I told them the truth.
No, what did you do? What did you do? You had some dope on you, didn't you?
Yep.
And what kind of dope did you have on you?
I'm not sure exactly what it was, Your Honor. That was the first time
You see where I'm coming from, Mr. Zuli?
Yeah.
He's not really ready. But I'm going to leave that up to Ms. Holmes. She'll decipher through all that. But he's really not ready. You don't know what you had? Well, we can't even take the sentence then.
Your Honor, I do know. I know exactly what it was.
Talk to your client. Go on. I'm gonna pass this matter one more time, and this is not something where it's not time to evade. If you want to evade, then let your sister do her job and try to defend you on the case. If you're trying to accept responsibility, you're going to have to accept responsibility.
He's not going to evade, Your Honor. He's going to answer truthfully. I spoke to him prior to this hearing as well. So be honest. And
he's not doing a good job, counselor.
Your Honor, it was dope on me. when I got caught.
What kind of dope did you have? What did you have?
It was like heroin.
Okay. Did you have a legal right to carry that?
No.
Did you have a prescription for it at all?
No.
Okay, very well. I think that's sufficient factual basis. Are you satisfied, Counselor, with that?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to accept your plea as charged to the narcotics violation. I'm going to refer you to probation. So a PSI can be written up. So you're going to have to contact probation, set up an appointment. They're going to do an interview process. We're going to set this matter for sentencing. Let's say January 4th. That should give them enough time. In the meantime, sir, I'm going to have you testing. And I'm going to have you testing randomly. Let's say twice a week. Let's say twice a week randomly. That should cover. That should pretty much. I hope that covers the basis. So, sir, if you test positive, miss any test, I'm going to take those as a positive test, and there'll be a violation. You'll have a chance for a hearing at that point, but you're going to have this 90 days sitting over your head, and I'll have no problem putting you in jail. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
So let's test randomly. What other? Let's see. Obviously, no contact with the police in this time, and we'll let it be like that. We'll have you back on January the 4th for sentencing 2022, and when we draft up that referral to probation, do we need to give them this probation number? Well, they'll take this number down for probation: 313-965-3414. And I'm going to order him, if they haven't contacted him today, I'm going to order him to get in touch with them by the close of business, before the close of business tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Anything further?
That is it, Your Honor.
All right. If there's nothing further, Mr. and Ms. Gazule, you have a very good day, and I wish you the best of luck, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
All right.
Where?
Mr. Potts. Mr. Potts.
Yeah, we're ready on Galloway, Your Honor.
All right, we're recalling the case of Aisha Chanel Galloway. What does your client want to do?
My client, she's going to enter a plea, Your Honor.
All right, is that the case, Ms. Galloway?
Yes, it is, Judge.
All right, can you raise your right hand, please?
I'm sorry. My video won't start.
Your video was on just a second ago.
It says fail to start the video, please.
All right, raise your right hand then.
Okay.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down, ma'am. You understand the maximum possible penalty for this offense is 90 days in jail and or $500 in fines?
Yes.
You understand that that you have a right to a trial?
Yes.
Understand by taking this offer, you're going to give up that right to a trial?
Yes.
Has anybody offered you anything other than what I stated in the record? That was to dismiss upon payment of $240 and with the gun safety course. And I'm sure that, Counselor, you can facilitate that gun safety course and get her to some kind of gun safety course?
Your Honor, she already called about it. She tried to see if she could do it online, but apparently it's still in person. And she'll probably have to do it around her next off day, sometime middle of November. But she's
All right,
already talked about it.
Okay, so what we'll do, so has anybody offered you anything other than what I stated there now?
No.
All right, so what we'll do is we can you know, take the factual basis today, and then we can just set it up for a review. And if there's and give her time to take the course, and if that's not done, then we'll deal with it at that time, or it won't be dismissed for sure. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so ma'am, let me draw your attention back to January 29th, 2021.
Your Honor,
Yes,
may I establish the factual basis?
certainly.
Ms. Galloway, on a date, time, and location is mentioned on the ticket in front of Your Honor. Were you in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
All right. And did you ever come in contact with the police?
Yes.
And did you discharge a firearm in the home?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, court is satisfied. So I'm going to find you guilty as charged. We'll take that under, let's just call it the 3-month delay. We'll do this. We'll call it 3-month delay. I'll still dismiss immediately upon payment in the gun safety course. So there'll be a $240 fine, ma'am. I'm going to give you 3 months to take care of that. That'll be January 25th, 2022. I'll set it up for review on that date at 8:25 a.m. And you come back with if you get it done sooner than that, you know, your attorney knows how to zoom in, or you're relieved from the case, but if you want to help her out, or just if she just zooms in on her own, then we'll take care of it at that point, all right?
Okay, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, very well. If it's nothing further, you both have a very good day. And
Thank you, you too.
All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Lloyd. All right, Mr. Bennett, Officer or Corporal Bennett, good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
I'm gonna get Ms. Lloyd. I'm not gonna pass you up again, Ms. Lloyd, but Corporal Bennett, you have Griggs, I'm thinking.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And at this point, Griggs is not here. Oh, Officer Devin.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Morning. Your case was dismissed. It was set to start at 8:30. I give officers a half-hour grace period. We dismissed that at 9:03.
Okay, I understand, Your Honor. I apologize. I was in another courtroom session. I wasn't able to switch over, and I'm still in that session with Judge Taylor.
All right. Apology necessary, sir. It's just that's just a policy here. So.
Not a problem, sir. I will work on balancing the time better for next time.
All right, very well. Have a great day, sir.
You as well, sir. Thank you.
All right. Let's go with, I should have said, but I said, let's go with Gillespie. I'm gonna put your matter up one more time. Lloyd, he has one. Well, hopefully he has one. Two. This other one I can't help him on. All right, this is the City of Detroit versus Rodney Allen Gillespie. Case number U36853116. Appearances for the record, please.
Otis Berry Jr. on behalf of Mr. Gillespie. State your full name, Mr. Gillespie. You're unmute. You have to unmute.
He doesn't know how to operate it. Let me say this. This ticket goes back to 2016. There's no, they can't locate the file. So I can set your client up with a trial date. I don't operate on ROAs, I'll tell you that. So we'll give him some time. Can you unmute yourself, sir?
I think he's in jail, Your Honor. He probably doesn't know how on that machine.
I don't know if he's in jail, but he's somewhere, huh? He might be in jail for what? It's on the bottom left corner, so it says audio. Get that audio button. You should have an unmute sign there. He is in jail, ain't he? That was a good observation.
Had a lot of contact.
I know you have.
Can you hear me now, Your Honor?
I can hear you, sir. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right. You live on King Street?
No, sir.
You used to live on King Street?
Yes, sir.
My father was born on King Street and grew up on King Street. I grew up on Delmar.
On Belmont?
On Delmar.
Oh, okay.
So I just had a conversation with I think you heard our conversation.
Yes, I heard.
You can plead as charged. I'll take it under a 3-month delay. I'll dismiss upon payment of $240 fine, or I can just set a trial date up, sir. Have you back on the next date. We'll dispose of it at that time.
Yes, sir. Your Honor.
What do you want to do?
Your Honor, may I ask if he's incarcerated at this time? Are you in jail, sir?
No, sir. I'm in Jefferson Center.
Okay.
Well, you know something, probably best that, I don't know what his record looks like, but it's probably best he doesn't enter a plea on this because he's got another case sitting there, and you already know my position, Counselor, about with these ROA. They said he can't locate the file, so we'll give him a trial date and an opportunity to locate it.
Yes.
Being that it's just an arraignment today, or what is it set for? Yeah, arraignment on a bench.
Yes.
So we'll say February 1st, 2022 at 9 a.m. All right, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any other questions?
No, Your Honor. Do I have to? I'll still see you January 1st.
February 1st. February 1st. I won't be here January 1st.
February 1st.
What time would that
All right. You say what?
What time would that be?
At 9 a.m. I didn't hear you.
I said same Zoom court and everything.
Same Zoom court and everything.
All righty.
All right. If there's nothing further, have a good day, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. I have now Ms. Lloyd. I won't say anything. Ms. Lloyd, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, sir. How you doing? Good morning.
Do you have something to cover up a little bit better? This is court. I know you are looking good, all good in your tank top, but let's cover it up a little bit, please.
Hey.
All right. This is a situation where Ms. Lloyd has a number of civil infractions that have been in default for quite some time. I'm gonna allow some of the civil infractions to come out of default. I'm gonna allow her, if she's willing to take care of this stuff, the stuff that we possibly enter into today, or whenever we enter into something, then I will try to get her close to the rest of the tickets as possible, and waiving some of the discretionary fees. So let's start by calling the case. This is the city of Detroit versus Jaquisha Sade Lloyd, SP 1113418. This is a matter that's in default from this year. SP 1178569. Case number SP 1215050, counts 1 and counts 2. Let's go with SP 8491871, 18424 counts 1 and 2. 184247831. This is a matter that was disposed of back in 2018. That still payment is still due and owing 185088551. 199, strike that, 195152491. And I think this is a matter that I can't help Ms. Owens on. So, how old are you, ma'am?
I'm 28.
28. All right. Appearances for the record, please.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of Ms. Lloyd. State your full name, Ms. Lloyd.
Jaquisha Sade Lloyd.
All right. So, and they haven't even given an offer. So I should look, oh, there's an offer, but this offer is only one case on here, and I know they're not just dismissing everything else. So let's get Madam Prosecutor back in here. Get an offer from Ms. Lloyd. There's one charge is operating. We can do it one of two ways. We can get you an offer today, and if you want to take that offer, you can dispose of the cases that way, or we can set this matter for a trial date, because at least one of the offers has to deal with open intox passenger, and there's not going to be any reduction in that. So that's a misdemeanor with the 2 points on your driver's license. And I can tell you that now, they won't offer anything less than that. And then I don't know what else they're going to offer you for the rest of this stuff. But we can get you a trial date, and you can deal with it on that day, or you can just wait for the offer. And then if you don't like the offer, then you can still have that trial date. But if you do like the offer, we'll let you plead today and start taking care of some of this stuff. Are you working?
No, ma'am. I mean, no, sir. I'm sorry. I'm not able to work.
Okay. Are you collecting any type of disability or anything?
Yes, I am.
All right. Did we get Ms. Warren on the line?
I take it.
All right. Let me make sure that she has everything in front of her. I'll do that right now. You were here before, right, Miss Lloyd?
Yes, I believe so.
And what happened?
I haven't had a phone, and my tickets be coming late to my house, so it'd be hard for me to catch up on the original dates that they have on the card because they come late. And by the time that they get here, my court date done already passed.
No. I'm talking about you had to be here at some point in front of me, right?
No, I haven't been in front of you.
I wonder how I checked off all this. Maybe that's not my check mark.
I was in the first time I ever did an arraignment online, it was with a lady.
Yes, so that must be her check marks then.
Yeah, and she said we was gonna get to, well, clear the tickets because they were or whatever, but not clear them. I guess we were supposed to be figuring out what to do with them. And when the ticket came for my court date, it didn't come on time, so I missed the court date. Never took the initiative to call to see what date did they put down for a new one.
All right, well, you're here now.
Yes, sir.
And
I want to clear them all.
I'm sure you do.
And with the open intox, well, never mind, I'll wait till you get to it.
You want me to let you speak to the, you want me to put her in a breakout room and speak to her, Mr. Barry?
Well, that might be useful. The open out, that charge does not appear on the docket.
Yeah, it's not, and hold on, Ms. Barry, don't say anything, okay?
Of course.
All we're doing is getting all the procedural stuff together. When it's time, I can put you in a breakout room to speak with the lawyer. He's very good. He knows what he's doing. You're in good hands, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, now, you were saying, Counselor, that is not on the docket, but I like to make it a one-stop shop for her. Obviously, as she just indicated, she's having trouble getting all this, managing all this stuff. So I'm just trying to make it a one-stop shop for her, and this is all the stuff that we see in the file. So she can get one offer and take care of this all at one time. Now, how she does that, or how you guys do that, I'm gonna leave that up to you and her. I'm just gonna print ROAs for this stuff. Okay, so what's on the docket? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cases.
I think I have all 6 of them right here now.
Corporal Bennett, you're free to leave, sir. I guess we can call the case just so we can make sure that we put that on the record that you showed up. So give me a minute. All right, so All right, I'm gonna separate this, Madam Prosecutor, and we're just gonna talk to.
You want me to zoom in and talk to counsel?
Pardon me?
Would you like me to zoom in and talk to counsel?
If you choose, let's first, yeah, you can do that. So what I'm gonna do is just operate off the ROAs. I have everything printed up. For Ms. Lloyd.
Okay.
And what you'll see, the stuff that's pending is in this pile. The ROAs are in this pile. You have some original tickets here as well. But it may be duplicates. But you'll also have this operation operate off of. And I told her I would set aside the default on the traffic control device.
Okay.
So that she can be heard. That was had this year. The other ones are old. I told her I would give her some relief on the discretionary fees and the late fines on those stuff, but she's gonna have to come up with some money to pay. And then whatever offer that's available to her, I will let her speak with her attorney about how she should move forward.
Okay.
And he can advise on, and they can just deal on what they're gonna do, how to dispose of it, whether they want a trial date or whether they wanna accept the offer that's presented to them.
Okay.
Ms. Berry is not working, Ms. Lloyd is not working, right?
No, sir, I'm not working. I do have income though.
All right, so we're gonna pass that. And then if you zoom in, I will give you, Mr. Berry, an opportunity to speak if you wish, with Ms. Horn about the matter, all right?
Okay. Perfect. I'll give me about 10 minutes.
All right.
And I'll review the file first.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, let's pass that matter. She'll get that together and we'll get you some sort of offer, all right, Ms. Lloyd?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right, thank you. All right, this is the city of Detroit versus Robert Keith Griggs, case number SP 1229671. Appearance for the record, please.
Old S. Berry Jr. on behalf of the defendant. State your full name, sir.
He's not in here. We're just letting this officer get out of here. Corporal Bennett, you want to put your appearance on the record, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Corporal Daryl Bennett, badge 4320, Detroit Police Department.
All right, good morning to you, Corporal Bennett.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, good to see you, sir. Obviously, Mr. Berry, I wouldn't expect that you will know where your client is, should I?
I have no idea, Your Honor.
Absolutely not, right? All right, so Mr. Griggs, it's 9:53. I don't necessarily set a time for them because I understand that a lot of factors go in. It's a digital divide in our city where some people don't have the ability to zoom in, unfortunately. So what we'll do is we'll note the fact that you showed up, Corporal Bennett, and you can get paid, and we will put a show cause on Mr. Griggs. How about that for your client? So we won't issue a warrant. We'll send him another show cause and give him another opportunity to show up. All right?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Very well. If it's nothing further, then you're free to leave, Corporal Bennett. Always great to see you, and be safe. All right?
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a wonderful day.
All right, yo.
Bye.
All right, Miss Landfair. Miss Landfair was here yesterday, and she had an issue with her grandmother and needed another date. I hope your grandmother's okay. It sounded like it was sort of an emergency situation. So, but I still am not convinced, Miss Landfair. I don't know if you were fully forthright with the court. And I'm not talking about the grandmother issue. I'm talking about the driving issue. Can you unmute yourself, ma'am? All right, we're not going to spend much time.
No, Your Honor.
We're not going to spend much time.
Yes.
And the reason why I say I'm not convinced is because I've never seen, ever, unless you're driving a car that's a right-hand drive car, I've never seen a passenger with the seatbelt strap crossed on their left side shoulder. And then the window right next to you, to the left of you. I've never seen that.
It may be the way, Your Honor.
I don't think you need to. I think you need to explain it anymore.
Sir, that's why I asked you, did you want me to turn my camera around? My camera is also
You have a bad connection, ma'am.
on my telephone. So, yes, sir.
Mr. Berry.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you see where I'm coming from?
Your Honor, yes, sir. It's the area that I'm in, located at the hospital, and I think it's.
Look at Miss Lloyd. Miss Lloyd thought about it too. She said, "I never seen that before either."
Actually, Judge, it might be because her camera. It might be the way it's facing towards her.
That's why I asked him if he wanted me to turn my camera around. I didn't have a reason to lie. I was on the passenger side on my way to the hospital to see my grandmother. That's why I asked you, did you want me to turn the camera around, Your Honor, so you can see my sister? She was the one driving.
It didn't happen to me before.
Just explain it to me though. And I'm trying to, and I'm not saying that you're lying. I may have insinuated that a little bit, but I didn't want to say that you're lying. I said I have a hard time seeing it. And now that Ms. Lloyd has said something, I don't understand it, but I'm trying to understand it. So
you know how you would take a picture on like a selfie. When you take the selfie, the picture reverse. Basically, it switches the way the picture is taken. So when you're on camera, it automatically switches from the side that you're supposed to, what it seemed like you're supposed to be on, but that's not the side you're on. Do you get what I'm saying?
I understand about the reverse. I understand about that, but I don't see how that is happening there. But we'll leave it alone. Most importantly, your grandmother's okay, Miss Landfair?
Yes, sir. She had a stroke, but she's doing all right. Yes, sir.
All right. We'll definitely pray for her and her quick recovery, and we're happy that she's well. I know it's a serious matter, so I think that Miss Landfair, that's back in 2014, so we won't even rehash that. So let's call the case. This is all right. This is the city of Detroit versus Sherelle Chantel Landfair, case number C52153, count 1. And this is the state of Michigan versus Sherelle Chantel Landfair, case number SX232-26621. Appearance for the record, please.
Howard S. Berry Jr. on behalf of Ms. Landfair. Please state your full name, Ms. Landfair, for the record.
Sherelle Chantel Landfair.
All right. here is the situation, Ms. Landfair. We're going to dismiss case number C5. Can we make sure that we have one of those sheets for her?
Oh, yes.
No, I think we have one. It's updated, but it must be something else wrong. Okay, let's call the case numbers. City of Detroit versus Sherelle Chantel Landfair, case number 14556038 and 15401571.
Okay.
So the offer, I'm going to dismiss case number C 521534, count 1, because of the age of the case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm going to dismiss all right, there's a recommendation here to I'm going to dismiss case number 145560381 because of the age of the case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And that is part of the recommendation. So the recommendation is to dismiss 14556038 count 1 and 15401571 count 1. As it relates to, did I print that out? As it relates to SX232266621, I'm going to give your client a trial date. That's an old ticket, but they still have time on that ticket. That's a state matter. I'll allow your client to pay the reinstatement fees up front. That's the one she owes for that ticket while the case is pending. And then you're going to owe some other reinstatement fees, ma'am, as it relates to the tickets I dismissed. So,
yes, sir.
Is that good enough for your client, counselor? Or does she want to enter a plea as charged to that, which I wouldn't suspect that she would do, and I wouldn't expect that you her to do, is to enter a plea to false info to a police officer?
No, sir.
Your Honor, what's the year of that ticket? This is a state matter?
That's 2007, 2015.
Okay, because the state will dismiss for age at 7 years.
Yeah, and it's not quite 7. We can get the state on the line if they want to dismiss it now.
I would appreciate it, Your Honor, if we could do that.
Let's get the state on the line, please. I think I'm a very reasonable judge, but Ms. Landfeld, and Ms. Landfeld, it has nothing to do with the driving thing that we talked about, right? No, but Ms. Landfeld's got to have, it's some kind of, first of all, the memorandum of understanding doesn't encompass the 7 years. So I had a city attorney, the one young lady had one, and it was the first case of the day, one driving while license suspended, and it was 2014, and this was like 2 months after I started, and she had to go to December. So I was just gonna dismiss the case because what, she had 3 more months, a couple of days or something. The city attorney came in here, he says, no, I don't want that case dismissed. It doesn't encompass this. And I just couldn't believe it. I was like, we got one case, and I'm like, you got people coming in here like Miss Lloyd with a whole boatload of cases, and we dismissed most of them. And she had one back in 2014. That started my day off so mad. But I do think that some skin has to be in the game a little bit. Now, the likelihood of them being able to prove their case is probably slim, but I don't know. That's their case. But I would think 2015 would be, and then you're going to get it if you. I'm allowing you the opportunity to get a driver's license. You're going to have to pay 4 reinstatement fees, whatever you do.
Yes,
to
sir.
get a driver's license. Unless you've been running amok out there in other jurisdictions, if you've been running amok out there in other jurisdictions, or are you the one that just speeds in the city of Detroit?
Sir, it was just speeding in the city of Detroit.
Okay, so
I don't owe any tickets anywhere else. This is the only place that's preventing me from being able to get my license.
And I don't say that as a good thing either, because you're one of the ones that will do 26 to 30 miles an hour over the speed limit in your own city that you live in. But as soon as you hit 8 Mile or the city limits, you driving 10-2 on the steering wheel and going the speed limit, aren't you?
No, sir.
That's what you just said.
No, you asked me, do I speed in the city? I said yes.
We can't trust our audio.
I know your audio is messed up, man.
I don't speed. I don't go anywhere else outside the city. I very seldom go across 8 Mile. I'm sorry.
Well, when you go,
I'm not sure what else I can do. I don't know. I tell you.
She doesn't understand where I'm coming from.
And I'm not sure we didn't miss here.
Yeah, her audio is messed up. I wish you can get to a place. I wish you
can't
can
hear
get to
you.
a place now.
I didn't hear you.
I wish you can get to a place. I wish you can get to a place where your audio has a better connection, because you're coming through all broken up. We can't hear you that well.
Yes, sir. I can try to move around and see if I can get a better connection.
That's better right there. Did we get the state call for the state?
Yes, Your Honor. She's with Judge Austin Garrett. When she wraps up, it shouldn't be long. She'll move in with us.
All right. So what we'll do is we got the state attorney on the line. I mean, not on the line, but we call for the state attorney, and we just have to really clear up this one other issue. Will allow Mr. Berry to do his job and seeing what he can do for you on that issue. But I've dismissed the other issues, and right now you're going to owe, regardless of what happens, you're going to owe $445. Did she leave? She left. All right, so let her get her device together, and we'll pass the matter. And we're still waiting on the city attorney with Lloyd. I imagine she's going to zoom in at some point. And then we'll go to the next person, and that would be Grigsby. You there, Mr. Grigsby?
Yes.
Good afternoon. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right. 2 has more on the docket and he has more than is listed on the docket, Mr. Berry.
Yeah.
So in order to make this a one-stop shop for Mr. Grigsby, then we're going to have to see if we can formulate him an offer or get the city attorney in here on him as well. So I'll call the cases and I'll let you do what you do, Mr. Berry. This is the City of Detroit versus James Dwayne Grigsby, case number SP 1155473. Case number SP 1186444, count 1. We'll also call case number SP 760063-1 and SP 8356521. Appearance for the record, please.
Howard S. Berry Jr. on behalf of Mr. Grigsby. Please state your full name, Mr. Grigsby.
James Dwayne Grigsby.
All right, so here's what we'll do. There is an offer in the file. So here's going to be the offer. The offer is going to be to plead to the 1 count of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, and all the other matters will be dismissed. I'll fine you $240. I'll let you pay the $240. I'll dismiss the ticket upon payment of the $240 fine. I'll dismiss the other matters. The first 2 matters I called, the SP 1186444 count 1, I'll dismiss that one and the SP 1155473 because you paid 2 civil infractions that went along with that one of those cases. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and making sure you paid those. Those matters were equipment violation and a blocking traffic. They didn't incur any points for your client. But I don't recommend to people just to pay civil infractions like that, unless it is a blocking traffic or a non-abstractable offense, because if you get a speeding ticket and you pay it, you're automatically admitting responsibility and you get all the points that go along with that. So, a lot of times it's best to set up a court date, but maybe he was advised by a lawyer, or he that's Mr. Terrell's phone, Ms. Lanfield's phone. Maybe he was advised by a lawyer, or he's done some lawyering himself, or maybe he's a lawyer himself. I don't know. But I'll dismiss. So what do you want to do, sir? You want to take that offer? That'll clear everything up today. Do you want to set a trial date up, or do you want to speak to Mr. Berry in a breakout room?
I'll take the offer.
The only problem with these offers are, and like I say, the allowing an unlicensed driver to drive is a hard thing to prove, but it's a good deal. But making the factual basis sometimes is the difficult part, But we'll try to do that. Unless you want to voir dire your client and establish that factual basis, I'll do it as I usually do. So
the usual is our choice.
All right, very well. Can you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down, sir. Mr. Grigsby, do you understand that you have a right to a trial?
Yes.
Do you understand by taking this offer, you're going to give up that trial right?
Yes.
Has anybody offered you anything other than what's been stated in the record?
No.
And do you understand the maximum possible penalty to this misdemeanor is 93 days in jail and or $500 in fine?
Yes.
Good morning, APA Wolf. I'll put you two in a breakout room. You can handle that quickly.
Thank you, Judge.
Sir, let me draw your attention back to March the 23rd of 2018 at around 3:57 p.m. in the city of Detroit, in the area of Schaefer and Grand River, which you probably won't know the area if you may not. On that date, did you allow someone, did you own a 2004 Chevy?
Yes.
And on that date, did you allow someone to drive that 2004 Chevy?
Yes.
And you allowed that person to drive knowing, this is the tricky part, knowing, right, that that person did not have a valid driver's license, correct?
Yes.
Very well. I'm going to find you guilty of the as charged to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. I will dismiss the other matters, and I will dismiss this case immediately upon payment of a $240 fine. I'll dismiss the other cases as well, with the stipulation of probable cause, and your counsel is not here right now. The other cases were dismissed because because of the deal, and the 1186444 case is going to be dismissed because you paid related civil infractions. So, sir, when can you pay?
As soon as possible.
All right. And I do see that you have some money sitting here. It appears that you put a bond on these tickets. You can have that bond. You can either come down to the court and apply that bond and have them apply that bond. And if you owe any other, I'm going to waive the warrant fees, and I'm going to hold you responsible for the $245 reinstatement fees. So really, to get completely clear, you're going to have $330. You can, we can put a request in here if you like to have that bond applied, but you're going to have to call this number 313-965-5228, or you can go to any DivDab kiosk in the city of Detroit, pay all of the stuff, and eventually your bond will be returned to you. You make sure your address is correct for the court, or you can go online at 36districtcourt.org and do the same thing, pay everything, and then you put that request in for that bond to be returned to you. Or the best possible probably way is to come down to the court and in person, tell them to apply that bond, and after they apply that bond, then you pay the remainder if anything. If they owe you some money, they're gonna return that money back to you in the mail. Sit up, Ms. Lloyd.
Okay.
How do you want to do it, sir?
Can I call the number?
Yeah, you have it 313 965 5228.
5228.
Yes. Stipulate the probable cause, counselor, for the dismissals.
So stipulated, Your Honor.
Very well. Any other questions, sir?
So would I be able to get my license back after?
I don't know. I don't know if you got any other stuff there either, but if you want to, what I would suggest is you get up out the bed and get down here and apply that, tell them to apply that bond and bring that extra cash immediately. Let's see if you have plenty of money sitting here. You have enough money to cover.
I can just call on them. Yes.
Yeah, call on the phone. I believe that's gonna work. I don't have anybody coming back in the court saying it didn't work, but you want the clearance is quicker. I would think that coming down is quicker, but that's up to you.
Okay. I'll
have
come
that
down then.
You want us to put the request in, or you want to come down?
I'll probably more than likely I'll just come down if that's faster.
I would think that would be the best thing, but what do I know?
All right, I got you.
All right, anything further, sir?
No, that's it.
All right, if there's nothing further, you have a very good day, sir. Good luck to you.
Appreciate it.
All right, what are we gonna do with this land fair?
Yes, Your Honor. The prosecutor, Madam Prosecutor, has agreed to dismiss the case we were discussing as long as she gets a plea on the final matter. I guess that's.
There's no final matter. Here it is. That's the only case out there right now because Ms. Landfair has we didn't give him a date to pay. I'm sorry. We're back on the record with James Briggs. Let's just put 30 days on there, November 29th. I didn't give your client a date or review date, but it appears that if he can get out of bed in the next 30 days, he's got the money sitting there. He has no reason to not have that taken care of by then, but if not, we'll deal with it then. All right, so let's get Ms. Landfair back.
What was the review date?
Let's say November 29th. November 29th. All right, I have a problem with your phone, Ms. Landfair. We're getting some feedback now, but it's so far okay. All right, so here it is. Good morning. I'm going to mute you, Ms. Landfair, until we need to hear from you. All right. There's she's muted and it's still coming through messed up. I think this Landfair for the bug.
I'm gonna mute myself.
No, I don't think it's you. All right, I'm gonna mute you.
Your Honor?
Yes.
I don't, is it possible maybe we can get Ms. Landfair to log out and log back in and dial back in to see if that, because I can't hear you now.
And then it keeps on trying. I think it's slow. I think when it catches up with itself, then it'll be okay that she's. But if she's ready to speak, then it'll be a problem again. But
okay,
let's.
I can hear you now good, so we're good.
She logged out. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. Okay, here we go. So, good morning, APA Wolf.
Good morning.
Ms. Landfair has, these cases go back very old. So I dismissed C-5215341 for the age of the case. I dismissed, there was an offer, the city dismissed everything. The only case that's out there is your 2015 false ID case. So I can give Ms. Landfair a trial date. If you guys want to go through the motions of seeing if this officer will come in, and if he comes in, if he can recollect what transpired on that day, then you have the full right to do that, or you can dismiss the case. I don't know. What do you want to do?
Judge, considering it is just very close to the cutoff for dismissing due to age of case, and I don't believe it is likely that an officer will appear, it may just be best to dismiss now rather than having to set a trial date and see what happens.
All right, well, that's what we called you in for. We appreciate you. You're more than welcome to stay. But if not, you're free to leave. Very much.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
You have a better one.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, Ms. Lamphere, thank you, lawyer.
Thank you.
I can't stress how important it is for everybody to make a relationship with a good lawyer. Everybody to mute yourself again, Ms. Lamphere.
Yes, sir.
Judge, you're breaking up really bad.
I know, because her system is messing our whole thing up. But I can't stress how much important it is to make a relationship with a good lawyer. And there's a lot of lawyers out there, but some are better than others. And you guys are privileged to have Mr. Berry in court with you today. You know, I kind of think that Mr. Berry is doing this as his way to give back to the system, because I've known him for a long time and he doesn't have a problem getting cases. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's why it's important. But I'll just say that just to make it clear, a lot of times in our community, we do not associate ourselves with a lawyer. And most of the reason, I believe, is because we feel that we can't afford it. And I know it's not cheap, but what I always say is you can't not afford it. But when I say make that relationship with the lawyer, I mean, make that relationship. Let that person get to know that person. Let that person get to know you. Because if you do come into those situations where you really need that person, and you need the person whether you know it or not, but if you do come in that situation and you have that relationship, I'm sure that Mr. Berry and other lawyers out there will be willing to work with you. But it all starts from making those relationships. You know what I'm saying? Am I correct to say that, Mr. Berry?
Absolutely, Your Honor. You're very gracious in your comments, but
I would like to be the person that tries to educate as best I can, and I have kids. I tell them to, you know, but keep those relationships, and part of those relationships are doing, and the crux of those relationships are doing what you say you're going to do. So if you talk to Mr. Berry, and I use him as an example. There's other lawyers out there too, but he's here, and I would hire him myself if I was in peril. But if you make those relationships and you do what you say you're going to do, then he can trust and say, okay, I'll let you make this payment plan. I'll work with you, you know, and it's a definite thing in our community that we need to make those kind of relationships. So, Ms. Lamphere, what we're going to do is we're going to dismiss all the matters. We are going to waive the warrant fees, and I'm going to hold you responsible to pay the reinstatement fees. Those are going to be, I see 4 reinstatement fees. That's going to be $45 a piece. And with that, you should be able to approach the Secretary of State, because by your own representation, you don't run them up out there in other jurisdictions. You only go 26 to 30 miles an hour over the speed limit in the city of Detroit. I'll tell you this though, Ms. Lamphere, you got off pretty good today, but if you come back in here with this 26 to 30 miles an hour over, then you're not gonna get a deal next time. You're either gonna have to go to trial or a formal hearing, or you're gonna have to eat the points, okay? You have any further questions, ma'am? I'll say this, good luck to you and your grandma. We'll pray for her continued good health and recovery, all right? She's muted, and we will move on to the next case.
I say yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor. You guys.
All right, Mr. Lowe. You hear me, sir?
Yes.
All right. Good morning to you, sir. Appreciate your patience.
Good morning.
This is the city of Detroit versus Davari Zachary Lowe, case numbers SP 1126022, counts 1, 2, and 3. Let me ask you this, sir. Do you have insurance or registration on your vehicle? Do you own a vehicle now?
Yes, that wasn't my vehicle, but that person has the insurance and registration for the car and the plate.
Can you get that proof of that?
Yes.
All right, what I'm going to allow you to do is I'm going to allow you, and you can hear this if you want, Mr. Berry, I'm going to allow you to get the proof and come back. But what I'm going to also do is I'm going to allow you to pay the reinstatement fees up front. Now, I can give you an offer right now. That will be to improper plate, $240. I'll dismiss the ticket immediately upon payment of the $240, and I'll dismiss the other 2 tickets. Or I'll give you a pre-trial date or a trial date. I'll let you pay the reinstatement fees up front, which you're going to have to pay anyway, regardless of the way this ends up. I'll give you an opportunity to get that information from that person and to come to court and provide that information. And if that information is sufficient, if the court sees that information as being sufficient and legitimate, then we'll dismiss the matters. What would you like to do, sir?
Okay, so if I pay the $240, it's plus the reinstatement fees?
It's going to be plus the reinstatement fees regardless.
How many reinstatement fees I got? 3?
It's going to be 3. $45 a piece, $135. That'll be $375 if my math is correct.
But if I bring proof, then I won't have to pay the $240, just the reinstatement fee?
You got it.
All right, I'll just bring the proof in.
And then you're in a win-win situation because that offer will stand regardless. And then you can go pay the $45 reinstatement fees up. And I say theoretically, you can get a driver's license. You should be. So pay reinstatement fees. How long do you think it'll take you to get this information?
I got it already. I just gotta bring it up to anybody, I guess.
When do you want to come back? It's like McDonald's. I'm giving it to you your way.
Anytime between the next week, if I'm available between the next week.
Can you come back by next Friday with that information?
Yes.
And this is a 2007 Jeep Red. Well, do you own a vehicle?
Yes, I own a vehicle. I own a 2010 Genesis.
And that Genesis, does that Genesis have insurance on it?
Yes.
All right, grab that information. Do you have that available now?
Yeah, it's in my car.
All right, go get it. All right, you can join the breakout room, Mr. Berry, and talk to Ms. Horn about Ms. Lloyd. My brother walked in.
I saw that.
He left.
Yeah, I didn't notice until
So what do I do? Flip my camera around?
I'm still trying to get this flipped around thing that Miss Lloyd tried to save Miss Landfair on. I just can't see it. Every time I've seen driving, that seatbelt is around their side of the thing. And if you flip the phone, then the camera would be facing the other way. But I just can't see it. But you see it though, huh, Miss Lloyd?
Yes, sir. I done did it before. I go live a lot, so when I'm actually in the driver's seat, it's a difference from when I'm in the passenger seat.
Let's see what that insurance looks like. That insurance, the very low. To 2009 Honda Genesis. You rolling pretty good too, huh? Everybody's rolling better than me. I won't say better. I like my Grand Marquis. Mine's a 2009, but it's cleaner than the Board of Health.
Registration, insurance, I have the title in my name, I have a plate.
You got it. I'm gonna dismiss it, all right, sir?
Hey.
I'm gonna waive warrant fee. Are you a registered voter, sir?
Yes, sir, I am a registered voter.
Just make sure you go to the polls next week, all right?
Yeah, my grandma makes me every time.
There you go. That's it. Now your mom shouldn't have to make you, but I'm glad she does. You should be doing it. Your grandma. I'm glad. Tell your grandma to zoom in one day. I want to thank her, all right, to making you do your civic duty.
No problem, sir.
I'm gonna waive the warrant fee, and I'm gonna hold you responsible to pay the reinstatement fee. I'm gonna dismiss the matters, and based on providing proper documentation.
Thank you. So I can go up there and just pay the 135 in the reinstatement fee?
Yes, the sooner you do that, the sooner that will get to the Secretary of State. So you can pay that at any DivDav kiosk in the city of Detroit. You can pay that online at 36districtcourt.org, or you can come down here and grace us with your presence and pay it in person.
All right, no problem.
3 days, you should get immediate clearance. It might take a couple of days for that to get to the Secretary of State, but if you don't have any other issues, you should be able to get your driver's license automatically reinstated.
Thank you.
All right?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, sir. Tell your grandma we said hi, all right?
No problem. You have a great day.
Have a better one. Miss Lloyd, are you a registered voter?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right, did you plan on going to the polls next week too?
Yes, sir, I do.
Very good. A lot of times, and this is in a lot of communities, there's no big election like presidential, then we just kind of discount those. But I always say that these are the most important elections because you're electing your local officials. And in my estimation, your local officials have a more direct impact on your life immediately than president and things like that. So
it do, but a lot of people don't know exactly what they voting for, and they be mad at the law when it actually come out. Like the new law with people having to stay in your house. If you let somebody stay in your house, stating that they get mailed there, you have to do an eviction notice. Then nobody know they was really voting on that. If you allow them to stay in your house to get mail, they live there. They didn't know that. And a lot of people don't look into that. I like to vote. I like to look into stuff like that because I like to know what I'm voting for.
right? Well, we got one of the best lawyers, I say, in the country here. That's come and graced us with his presence. I don't normally, you know, a lot of people say it's hard getting in touch with your brother. Man, I say, well, you know, when you're good, you're gonna be busy. And I can't even get in touch with them. My oldest brother said, you don't call Todd.
Perkins too?
Yeah, his name is Perkins too.
Did he work at the have he ever worked at the juvenile court?
Oh, he's been on.
No, she's talking about Judge Perkins.
Oh, you talking about Judge Perkins?
David. Yes.
Don't. Yeah, it's no relation. This is Todd Perkins, the lawyer, and you know Todd with the, I call it the Don King cut. You see him on TV.
Frederick Douglass, come on.
Frederick Douglass. Hey, he's got some Don King on him. Don't discount Don King, man. I use Don King as my example of a person when they're going through the most adversity in their lives. So when people have felonies and come in front and say, I got this felony, judge, I can't. Hey, you're just making an excuse because Don King went to jail for murder. Twice. And he came out, you know what he said? He said when he was sitting out, now, first of all, Don King was a hustler from the day he was came out the womb. So it's not, and you're a hustler. So today you came out the womb. I'll tell you a story. When we were younger, we had these trees in front of our front yard, and 2 big pine trees, and then it had some bushes that were there for the landscape, right? So we were sitting outside playing, and my brother Todd, he's like 2 years older than me, maybe a little more, 2 years older than me. He says, I own those pine trees, and keep in mind, I'm like 5 and he's like 6 or 7. He's like, I own all those pine trees and I own these bushes. I said, and he says, I'll let you buy into these bushes, but you can't buy into those pine trees at all. And first thing I'm like, how do you own this stuff?
How do you own it?
He said he just claimed it.
I'm about to claim an old Wild West.
Yes, he is not.
Hey, and you know something? He's really right. He taught me a real good lesson then, because you do have to just claim things.
Right,
you know?
You claim it, you own it.
You claim it, you own it, and there it is. So he's taught me some few principles, but I can't. I'm never gonna be the hustler and the business person that he is, and probably never gonna be the lawyer that he is either. But I'll keep striving.
You're the lawyer he is now. You're a lawyer now.
Did you read that article?
What article was that?
Look at your phone.
Oh, it's a whole bunch of it. There's a whole bunch of it.
How bad?
What's that? You said the text message you just sent me?
It's an article. Article, you sent to the group.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that other thing, dumpster fire.
And me and this lawyer were just talking about the elections.
Yeah, they're trying to confuse our issue, you know that?
So he's here, why don't you state your name for the record? Let's do that.
Who, me?
Yes.
Okay, please, His Honorable Court, Todd Russell Perkins, P55623, appearing on the record. Although not for a legal purpose, because there's a blood affinity here which might offend others, and so you're just here in a conversation state, I would assume. But you convey that and you control that, not like the trees that I used to control.
Yeah, I do.
Control all you survey right now.
But sometimes see that attitude permeates through everything, and sometimes I have to, even though I didn't have to correct him this time, he corrected himself. Because I do control who comes in front of me and whether it's blood affinity or anything else like that. But he corrected himself. But we were just talking a minute ago, Ms. Lloyd, about voting. And my brother's been very influential in working very hard about getting reparations on the ballot. He just forwarded to me, there's a Free Press article, and I obviously don't have time to read it right now, but I told him to put his appearance on the record, not in the capacity of representing you. You're represented by Mr. Berry, but
yes.
I wanted him to speak and give an opportunity to speak on the record and to the people.
He's calling. Give me 1 second.
Okay. He's got another matter. He told me about that ahead of time, so I'm like, he's got the reparations on the ballot, and he just sent me an article that's in the Free Press.
What's the name of the article?
It's an opinion article, and it's on election day. This is make Detroit a leader in fight for reparations. That it was published today at 6 a.m.
Okay, I'll go look it up once I get off of here. I mean, you say he's running?
No, he's not. He's not running. He has made this initiative to put reparations on the ballot, and he started this initiative. So for the city of Detroit, he mentioned just a minute ago that they're trying to confuse the issue that he's bringing up, and I wanted him to speak to that. And I really wanted you to hear it because you seem to be very civic minded. I like that. And Mr. Lowe is very civic minded, and I like that. I say young because you're a lot younger than I am. So I don't mean that in a very. I like when young people are there and they're civic minded and they. Because we get a lot of flack in our community. Oh, y'all don't vote. Y'all don't do this. So
yeah, a lot of people don't know that what it'll do for them and how it change the outcome of their life or what they have going on in their life with voting.
And something, at the end of the day, it may not even do what you want it to do. But I'll tell you what, your voice is heard. And I say, if you don't vote, then you really don't have anything to say because you're just sitting on the sideline Monday morning quarterbacking. But if you vote, even though your initiative didn't win, or your candidate didn't win, or your proposal didn't prevail, you still stressed your opinion, and you can voice your opinion to the rest of the world. So, and then I don't think that. I always said if I ever became filthy rich, or not even filthy rich, if I could afford to, I would want to put like a theater. I know, like I always pass that theater on Outer Drive and Warren on the corner.
Yes, I know exactly. I stay up the street from there, but yes, I pass it too, and I think it's a very historic landmark. I think they should have it where they actually have it back open for actual theater.
Yeah, I would put a theater there, and I would want to show the films that you see during Black History Month and stuff like that, because I think if we knew what we had been through and what our people went through for the right to vote, and what people actually died for this, our grandmothers and great grandmothers and things like that actually died and got spit on and beat and got dogs sicked on them and all that stuff just because they wanted to exercise their right to vote. I think it would change.
It really made a powerful movement for the women. So the women that don't vote, actually, it was like the woman that actually stood up to vote for women, like for women to vote. I really took the initiative off that because she didn't have to stand there. She didn't have to wait in line just to vote. She didn't have to do none of that. And for the reason that she did, it made a bigger outcome on life for women and men to vote. It was just being at one point.
What you're doing right now, the city attorney is sitting there shaking her head, just it's music to her ears. I don't know if that's gonna make the offer any better, but you're impressing a lot of people in this courtroom, and I'm sure online. But I enjoy talking to you. Ms. Lloyd, but let's get back.
Yeah, I'm glad you showed up to take care of your business, lady.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Judge, to you. I'm gonna zoom in. Okay.
And
oh, that's me.
The only issue I have with any kind of offer, and I'm sure you've taken this under consideration, is that Ms. Lloyd has expressed the fact that she is no longer able to work. Do you have any kids, Ms. Lloyd?
Yes, sir. I have 4.
She's got 4 kids. She's 28 years old. So we know that you need to be on the road legally. And in this court, my mantra is bringing the court to the community, right? So I want to tell you this too. If anybody that you know, friends, family, aunts, uncles, grandparents, or whatever, are driving out here without a license and they have the last name of G, L, and O, they can zoom into my court and we can pull their matter and we can address it and try to get them a fair and reasonable offer. And I try to convince everybody where I can't dictate what you take or anything like that. I just try to convince all the parties to keep an open eye and understanding of what situation that particular person is in. And not that they're trying to make a better offer to this particular person on another one based on their situation, but just everybody that comes into court, because we know the challenges of our community. And what we try to do here in Courtroom 434 is we try to make sure that we get everybody a license. And my overall goal is to try to stop the revolving door. And also, hopefully, the insurance companies will take note and stop charging us these absolutely ridiculous rates. I say the rates, the only reason why we're the highest insured cost in the country is because we are a minority Black city, and they only do that to Black people. So I'm just going to say that
I think we're good. I don't know if that child restraint is in default. Are you setting aside all her defaults?
I wasn't going to set aside all her defaults, but I'll entertain. Mr. Berry is a very persuasive lawyer, and I think he's got a lot of information about Ms. Lloyd's situation. And if he needs to speak with her in the breakout room regarding her situation, you want to do that?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, I will allow that.
Okay, and I'll zoom in to 435 and I'll be right back.
Very good.
Okay, thanks, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Speak with the lawyer.
Okay.
If you don't do it today and you want to hire him, it might cost you $100,000. What happens to Garner? Or we dismiss? Dismiss. Okay, so this one's Grove. Garner, I think we dismissed. Okay, this one's the one that called and they never did join. I think that's the one because I saw them on the phone. We were talking in the beginning. Garner, we dismissed. She should have the one matter. Yes, we dismissed Garner, right? Okay. All right, I'll write it on there. I don't know who Cornelius Locke is.
Is that the one for tomorrow? Yeah, Mr. Locke.
This one here, we've already dealt with him. Want me to toss this? He's
Oh, I
coming
can
back
put
for
it, yeah, I can
sentence.
put it in his file.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we're good to go.
Okay. Yeah, yesterday. We need a break.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was kind of, yeah.
Wow, it wasn't worse than the 5:30.
Huh?
It wasn't worse than the 5:30.
We went to 5:30?
Yes,
Oh, I don't remember that. Was I here?
yes,
Oh, no.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
5 o'clock. Close to it.
Oh, yeah, I remember now. See, took a minute. Yeah, I remember. But see, I'm usually here late anyway, so unless I work, I'm, good.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. I guess Mr. Boss is moved in today, huh?
He was having some trouble.
Was he with the movers?
No, he, what they said, he said that, he was having trouble with his realtor in the first place, right?
Oh.
He didn't, like, it was almost like she was not representing him. She was almost like representing
The sellers?
the sellers in a sense, but,
Because of the color or something?
no, they made up I don't know if they just arbitrarily gave him that extra month. He thought they were probably
Right.
closing immediately and they gave him that extra month. I
But
don't
he
know.
also said they were paying for his hotel. That's what he told me, like they were paying his
And they didn't
mortgage-
pay for it?
mortgage or something.
They had to pay the mortgage. So here's what it is. And when you give them time to, well, put it this way. If I have a set date to move out, sometimes when they're in the house, they'll say, we need a month or so to live. During that time, they'll pay whatever the mortgage is, right? Now, I think that Goss didn't have that understanding with them. And this kind of realtor kind of did that on her own.
No.
So he was like, wait a minute. That's where the hotel thing came in. Because he had given up his apartment and all that stuff.
Oh.
So then this time he goes back, and the other day they're like, they need more time. And Goss is like, oh, no. And I think the realtor had granted them more time
Without letting him?
without letting him know. So he was like, oh, this is ridiculous. So he went to the broker, and the broker was like, okay, I'm sure the broker's like, yeah, you're not gonna get no more time. They had to go. And then yesterday he was mad.
Right.
I called him and he says, man, I said, listen, man, forget about all that stuff now. It's over with. He's like, oh, you always say that. I say, yeah, because you got a new house.
You gotta be optimistic, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's over. You won. You won.
Right.
I know you probably didn't like how that stuff went, but you're gonna sit here. You won this. They didn't stay.
That's right.
You're in now, and you gotta go move on. You got a new house.
Yeah, don't dwell on that.
Don't dwell on that. Let's look at the positive stuff at this point.
But I'm telling you what, everybody I know that's moved in their lifetimes, they hit the wall for something, whatever it was.
And if you get there, I say you better enjoy the moment now. You got a new crib. I'm sure it's beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah. He's talking about the base. Did he call that guy about his floor?
I don't know.
For his man cave?
You got a lot of work to do, I'm sure, to get it to where you want it to. You sit there wasting time now.
Yeah,
he said, that's exactly what my brother said.
Yeah.
I said, see.
I think he likes to think about things too much. Worrying. They used to say people like to worry.
Some of the offers that he got, like, come on, man.
He worries about stuff that he should. I just let it go. I'm like, nope, I ain't got time for that food. You gotta live,
Mm-hmm.
Gotta live. But I'm happy for him. I'm happy it worked out.
I thought that this hard got to be mad at me.
No, but didn't I tell you about her? Because I worked with her before. She's not the type. I said she's gonna be, coming here. She's not gonna think about it.
And when she, I was like, I just wanted to be consistent in what we do.
She understood that.
And no, she didn't really understand because she's sitting here and which she really did was she interjected her personal
But she's
bias
done that before on other cases.
in the case.
She's done that before.
And you're not supposed to do that.
No, but listen to this. She had a case in a different court, I think it was 337, about the person that had their high beams on. And she just kept saying, I don't want, I know, because I got a problem with that. The person, when they drive behind me with those high beams, that's really annoying me, yada, yada, yada. And the attorney's like, okay. And he asked her again, well, can we? No. He was patient. And then he asked her again, I said, I take, just like she said with you, I stand down, you know. And then he said, okay. And he just, you know, was talking and saying what he had to say. And eventually, it took her a minute, she came around.
What I would say is.
But that's how, it's always personal with women.
Yeah, what I would say is I would ask if I was the lawyer defending it, I would ask for her to recuse herself.
Yeah, because you already stated, I
already
don't
got a
like
bias.
It's personal
Yes.
against what I believe in.
Yes.
And you can't do that.
You know.
That's just like, I remember one time, one of the judges, she was marrying somebody, like, what, and it's like, you gotta take yourself out of the equation because two people decide they're in love, even though it was the same sex.
Yep.
And they, she looked at it like, hey, I can't think of it, if they ask me to do it, then I have to, and that's how it is. You have to remain neutral, especially when you're in a position like that. She can really harm people off your feelings.
It is.
And it's tough because women, they go off of their emotions. And it's kind of refreshing working around men because I get a break. Because women are
everybody
in their feelings.
Everybody has their own biases
no,
and stuff like that.
The feeling.
Yeah.
That's what I'm tired of, the feeling. And I think too, my daughter taught me about that because she can get over something in an instant. And I would be the type of person I would take it to my grave. I'm taking this to my grave. I ain't going to be with raising her and just her personality. And she's such a sweetheart. She taught me a lot about that, just forgiving people and just letting things go and just not dwelling on it. But it took me having Hart. So for the past 22 years, I've learned a good lesson just how she is.
That's good.
It's a blessing. And I used to say, Marissa, you're a blessing. Because without you in my life, I don't think I would have been able to, forgive people.
I have a brother that is the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I used to tell him, I said, Adam, you have to. Okay. Very good.
Your Honor, we have reviewed the offer, and my client would avail herself of the offer.
All right, we haven't addressed the defaults though.
Yes.
Setting us defaults. So, and I'm sure that the offer probably encompasses those defaults. So let me pull up Ms. Lloyd's information, and we will do that right now. All right, we're back on the record with Mr. Jaquisha Sade Lloyd, and we do have an offer. So, counselor, you convinced me that your client is why I should allow these defaults to be set aside.
Well, I should indicate to the court that the prosecutor Horn is prepared to dismiss any open matters in her jurisdiction, in her purview, where they become available to her. The court is aware. My client is unemployed, unable to work, has children, a single parent, and the court is also aware that there is clearly some problem with her getting notifications regarding the matters, the allegations that are raised against her, charges, tickets that she may have been presented, that we're at the time of that Ms. Horn was drafting the offer, you know, she was a little perturbed that it was taking so long for Ms. Lloyd to get into court and get these matters resolved. It's just added a tonality to the situation that you know needed to be corrected. But the fact is that the system seems to have had a glitch in terms of her being able to get in here and get these matters resolved. And I'd ask the court, in consideration of all of that and in the interest of justice, to set aside the default.
Hey, you know, that's why I always say, connect yourself with a good lawyer, because he's covered the bases for you. And I'll say this, he sits there as if he's just waiting on maybe the case to be called and he's doing something else, but he just runs through the whole discussion that we've had about why, and I didn't know if he was even listening because we weren't on the record with your case, but he runs through the whole discussion, and we talked about 5 minutes and stuff like that, and he just covers every single base in a matter of less than a minute, or maybe a little more. But I am convinced that, and I do understand that it's a notification that can seem to be a problem. As for the 18 cases, I will say that I understand that it seems as though, based on the fact that you can no longer work, that you've been going through some challenges in your life.
Yes, I have.
You indicated that you have 4 young kids. I hope they're doing very well. And I'll take that definitely in consideration. So what I will do for you, Ms. Lloyd, I will set aside the defaults and we'll open up these matters so that you can get addressed. The offer at this point is going to be to plead 1, 2, 3 misdemeanors and 2 civil infractions. Is that, if I'm reading that correctly?
Yeah, that's my understanding, Your Honor.
I will $240 for each misdemeanor. That'll be $720. For the civil infraction, for the limited access, you got to understand that's going to be abstractable to the Secretary of State. It's not going to carry any points. I'll fine you $125 for that. And for the other civil infraction, I will fine you let's get you back. So I think that's $120.
So 720 plus 125 and 120?
Yes. Well, 100 and it's going to be 100. It's going to be 65 for the original ticket. You have a careless driving that is still open, that you owe $354 on that. So Ms. Nash?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you pull up case number 18-5088-551? Let's waive. So that 354, let's waive any late fees. You know something, Ms. Lloyd?
Yes.
What I'm gonna do for you, and I think that everybody needs a break.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna waive all warrant fees. This is if you want to take the deal. And I'll waive all the reinstatement fees on all the tickets.
Okay.
I'll waive all the late fees on the tickets that you are gonna enter the plea in for a responsible plea. So out of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matters, you'll essentially just be paying just for the cost of the fines today.
Okay.
Yes.
Other tickets that will be dismissed, you won't have to worry about any late fees, you won't have to worry about any reinstatement fees, you won't have to worry about any warrant fees. How does that sound?
That sounds great. That sounds great.
Raise your right hand, ma'am. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
All right, you can put your hand down, and if you want to, you can start going through all of those and waiving the late fees and warrant fees and reinstatement fees. So you won't have to pay any reinstatement fees, you won't have to pay any of the late fees. So whatever the amount comes to, I'll tell you, like I told Mr. whatever his name was, that you're going to figure that out yourself, but it'll be on the computer. So you understand, ma'am, that as it relates to the misdemeanors, they're punishable by a maximum punishment of 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines?
Yes, I do.
All right. You understand that you have a right to a trial?
Yes, I do.
You understand by taking this offer, you're going to give up that trial right?
Yes, I do.
Has anybody offered you anything other than what's been stated in the record?
No, sir, they haven't.
All right. Now, let's go back to
So basically, excuse me,
Mhm.
out of all the tickets, most of them getting dismissed except for 5, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So let's draw your attention to July the 7th of 2021 at around 2:47 a.m. in the city of Detroit in the area of Connor Street in Clearpoint. Did you have an occasion to have an encounter with the Detroit police on that day, ma'am?
Yes, sir, I did.
And on that day, you had your gin and juice in the car, ma'am, or Hennessy and whatever?
Yes, sir, I did.
And you were a passenger in that vehicle?
Yes, sir, I was.
And what did you have?
I actually had, I think we had, I
Now,
think it
don't
was
say we
Tennessee.
have. She's about to implicate her driver too. What did you have?
Oh, I think it was gin and juice. I believe. If it wasn't gin and juice, it was most definitely cognac because I don't drink white, and it had to be Hennessy.
All right, so you had alcohol in the vehicle, correct?
Yes, sir, I did.
And that alcohol was open, is that correct?
Yes, sir, it was.
Okay, very well. I'm gonna find you guilty as charged to open alcohol in a motor vehicle. That's a misdemeanor, a 2-point offense. And I'll fine you $240 for that. Let's go to let me draw your attention back to September 11, 2020 at around 7:26 p.m. in the city of Detroit in the area of Van Dyke and Maxwell. On that date and time, ma'am, did you have an occasion to be pulled over by a Detroit police officer?
Yes, sir, I was.
And did that Detroit police officer ask you to produce a valid driver's license?
Yes, sir, they did.
And you couldn't do so, could you?
No, sir, I couldn't.
Why is that?
I never had my license. I always operated off my permit, and I was in foster care.
That's all you need to say. That's enough to make the factual basis. I mean, I'll let you speak if you want to regard it after we're done, but you don't have to say any more than that.
Okay,
all right.
I'm done.
Let me ask you this. Let me draw your attention. I'll find you guilty of the amended count of failure to display. I'll fine you $240 for that. All right. On that same night of back to July the 7th, 2021, at around 2:47 a.m. At area Connor Street in Claire Point, which I think we all know that's Chandler Park. Is that
that's Maharris Park.
Maharris Park, Chandler Park and Claire Point. I mean Connor and Claire Point.
Yeah, it's Maharris.
All right, Maharris Park. Or were you in the park that evening, that night, ma'am?
Yes, sir, I was.
And I don't think knowledge of the time. I think that's just a strict liability offense. You were in the park. It was after 10 p.m. Okay. Obviously, you stated that on the record because you said there were around 2:47. So I'm going to find you guilty of that, and I'm going to take that under a 3-month delay, but I'll do one thing better. I'll dismiss that case immediately upon a payment of the $240. Since it's a 3-month delay, I'm going to give you till January 25th, 2022 to dispose of that. And I'm going to give you till January 25th, 2022 to pay all of this stuff. Set it for review at 8:25 a.m. Let me draw your attention to now this is kind of a bad one.
Yeah.
Set aside the defaults on all of the matters, civil infractions. Let me draw your attention back to 8/14/2018 at around 1:19 p.m. in in the city of Detroit, in the area of Lenox and Essex. On that date, did you get pulled over by a Detroit police officer?
Yes, sir, I did.
And on that date, were you operating a 2003 Chevy?
Yes, I was. Yes.
And on that date, did you have a young child as your passenger in that vehicle?
I had my daughter in the car. Yes, sir, I did.
And that your daughter wasn't properly secured in that vehicle, meaning that maybe the seatbelt wasn't on, or your daughter wasn't in the car seat, or something of that nature?
She was in her, we had just pulled off from my sister's house. She was in her car seat, but yes. She was in her car seat and I buckled her up. She unfastened her seatbelt thinking we was going to the candy house and she was about to get out. And I didn't realize that she had did that because I was driving. It was just me and her in the car. And when I noticed it, the police had got behind me because she had opened up the door thinking she was getting out. And I didn't even realize that either. And when I stopped, they had completely got behind me. Noticed her buckle wasn't fastened and she had tried to open up the door.
How old is your daughter?
She's 8 now.
How old was she then?
She was
4,
5.
5, and that sounds totally plausible that it happened that way, but that just goes to show you how even when you're trying to do everything right, when you got a 5-year-old, they get into they do things that you like in the instant things can happen. But
we was actually having a discussion about. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we was actually having a discussion about her going to the candy house, but she didn't understand. Like once we stopped, I was going to take her to the candy house, but it wasn't while we were moving, and she didn't understand that.
Candy house? Is that candy house off of Dickerson?
Yes, ma'am. It's Miss. Her name is Miss Galinda.
Is she still over there?
Yes, sir. She is actually. That's one of my favorite persons.
You don't know that? Do you know that area over there, Mr. Berry?
No, Your Honor, I do not.
They have this house and it's all painted. I think it was red and white back in the day when I saw it, but it's all done up and it's got. I think it's on the corner, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It is.
And if you go down Dickerson, what would you say? That would be north of Harper. You'll see that house, and they have it's hot dog. You can get all of that.
Nachos, chicken. They got all of it, and she was
Everything.
just so anxious. I didn't know that she was going to just jump for joy like that. I didn't know that she was going to.
I don't know why you didn't know that. I'm 49 years old, and you tell me
know that she was going to.
I'm jumping for joy myself. You know what I'm saying? And this house is, I mean, it's just like, it's right there in the neighborhood. It's got a huge lot. It's all fenced in, and it's got a booth almost like they're built right outside the lot where you can just go order whatever you want.
Whatever you want. Yep. They let them pick their candy now also. So it's like penny candy too. So they let them pick their candy now.
So
they have little bags, big bags, chocolate bags. I didn't hear you. Can you say that again?
What's her name?
What's her name? Miss Galinda.
Miss Galinda. I'm gonna stop by there and meet Miss Galinda one day because I've passed years ago. It's been there for as long as I was on the east side, and it was like I was impressed. I was impressed. So
she do a lot of stuff with the kids also. She had a lot of curricular activities for the kids to do too. So they don't just go down there and get candy. She actually have stuff going on for them, like games, a lot of different things. Like she'll have movie nights on the projectors outside. Like it's getting cold now, but she haven't really even been doing that.
Man, that's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really enlightening for the kids, especially for the kids. It gives them something to do.
That's awesome. Bless her heart. And yeah, so I understand that. I just in some of the cases, and I know my city attorney, Ms. Warren, she has a problem with disregarding red signals. I have a problem with disregarding red signals as well. Particularly the failure to secure. We had a young lady in here, and typically you're getting your attorney has worked out a fantastic deal for you. And if there was our regular city attorney in here, I can almost guarantee you that he wouldn't go for a lot of this. He would at least make you take the Michigan defensive driving course. But there was one young lady that we had, probably a little younger than you though, and she was here. We allowed her to take the Michigan defensive driving course. She had a seatbelt ticket, or not a seatbelt ticket. She had a speeding ticket that was very excessive. And when she came back after she completed the course, her whole side of her face was black and blue. And after questioning her and asking her, she got hit by no fault of her own, but she was ejected from the vehicle. And she did not have her seatbelt on. And she took that course and she learned a lot, but you just imagine, God was on her side, because when you get ejected out of a vehicle, your chances are almost slim to none.
You getting thrown into ongoing traffic.
Something, and so that's why, I didn't ask for the explanation, but I'm glad you explained it, and it sounds very plausible. I do understand. I've had kids myself, and they can get away from you even when you're doing the best you can do to supervise and to watch over them. They still find ways to get around. So, all right, let's move on. Let's draw your attention to April 10th, 2021 at around 3:12 p.m. in the city of Detroit, in the area of Gratiot and State Fair. Ma'am, did you get pulled over by a Detroit police officer on that day?
Yes, sir, I did.
And you got pulled over for disregarding a traffic control device in some sort of way?
Yes, sir. I had
let's do it right.
I had tried to get through the yellow light, but it changed before, and I didn't want to stop on the brakes to her and just skirt out in traffic, so I kept going. And I was really in a rush because I had just left the nail shop.
Stop. You've said enough, right? But that last part that you said, it makes it, so first of all, let's get this together. Disregarding a traffic control device includes running a red light or an amber light. So when you run an amber light, that's just like running a red light in the eyes of the law.
The law, yes.
So you need to keep that in mind. Then the other part that you added in, the rush, the hurry. You have to understand that we're sharing a road with other people that are driving, other people that are walking, riding their bikes and everything, and other people that have young kids like yourself that get away from their parents or who's ever supervising them. And particularly when you say you're in a rush, then you're putting your situation ahead of everybody else's. And you're not cognizant of anybody else on the road or that are traversing in those areas, because it's all about you at that moment. You have to step aside from that, because first of all, you're in a rush. You had to get somewhere, maybe late for work, maybe late for this. You didn't do any good, did you?
No, sir, I didn't.
Actually, you lost more time than it would have taken you to stop at that light. You lost about 30, 40 minutes more.
Yeah, I left my mom up at the nail shop and I couldn't go get her.
You lost the time. Now, I can even, so your mom at the nail shop, let's go, and I want to really get you to understand this, and everybody that's really listening to understand this. I know Mr. Berry got places to go, and I'll get him out of here soon. But no, I'm just messing with you, Mr. Berry. I know he got things to do. I know you know, but you something as small as your mom at the nail shop. You didn't even say that somebody was in the hospital, or I'm getting late for work, or my child was left outside of school. You said your mom at the nail shop. And you're rushing to do these things, and your mom had to wait that extra time. But just imagine if that same 5-year-old child got away from her parent or whoever was supervising her at the time, like your child just unbuckled the seatbelt, but you tried to do everything to make sure that your child was properly strapped. Just imagine if they ran out in the middle of Gratiot and do that. It would be a situation where you could almost not live with yourself.
You're right.
That would be hard to get over if you hit this child.
Yeah, it
And
was.
I don't mean to make you emotional about it or
No,
anything.
you absolutely right. You're right. You are absolutely right. It's okay.
I'm glad nothing happened. But when you're on the road and you're in a rush, think about those things. Those are little small things that even if you're doing the speed limit, I tell people that are drunk doing 40 down the side street. Those kids are out there playing, and you couldn't have done nothing wrong at 25 miles an hour. You're driving 10-2 on the steering wheel, everything right. That little kid will jump out in the street to get that ball, and you won't be able to stop and hit that kid at 25 miles an hour. That kid could be injured seriously or killed. Just imagine if they're going 50.
Right. You absolutely right.
So those are kind of things that I want people to be cognizant of. I know I'm guilty of speeding myself sometimes and things like that. But when I catch myself, I try to, hey, let me slow down a little bit, because I always say everybody's shit is more important than the next. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So think about that, ma'am. So I'll accept your plea to the amended count of limited access, 60 and a 55. That is going to abstract to the Secretary of State. That is not going to have any points attached to it. And with the stipulation of, and I'll fine you for that, I'll fine you $125. I said I would waive any late fees and waive the warrant fees. I'll fine you $125. And on the other one, I don't think I opposed the fine on the seatbelt. I'll fine you $65 for that and waive any of the other fees. And then with the stipulation of probable cause, Counselor, I'll dismiss all the other matters.
So stipulated, Your Honor.
All right. With that being said, I don't have to ask you when you're going to pay, because I've already given you till January 25th, 2022 to pay the matters. I will say this, Ms. Lloyd, if you find yourself in a position that you have not paid those things by January 25th, 2022, I want you back for a review at 8:25 a.m. And we will figure out what needs to be done to get you in the position to have all that stuff paid off. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything further, ma'am?
Can you just give me a full rundown of how much I owe now?
I'm not gonna do it. That's too much work. What I'm saying, we're gonna do the work here in the computer. So give Ms. Nash an opportunity to put all of this stuff in and wipe all of those fees away. Let's see. Just for you, let's see if we can come up with the right. And don't hold me to this, you know, if it comes up some dollars short, don't be like, Judge said this.
Okay.
Plus, if I'm sitting here looking at it correctly, put that 120 failure to secure passenger, that's like a seatbelt, that's $65. I wrote it on the ticket anyway. If I'm sitting here looking at it correctly, it's $1,120 that you owe. And you'll be clear here at the 36th District Court. All right?
You said $1,100?
$20.
Okay. I thought I got, okay. I got something less. Okay.
I'm sure you did probably get something less, but I don't think it's any less than that. It may be more, but I don't think it's going to be less than that. And I said $240 for the misdemeanors that you entered into. I said $125 for the limited access, amended count for limited access. And I said $65 for the seatbelt ticket.
Oh, 65.
That said I would waive all the warrant fees, and I said I'll even waive all the reinstatement fees. I went the extra mile. Your attorney went the extra mile for you too. Well, he does that all the time. So that's just something that he's good at what he does. So anything further, ma'am?
No, sir, that's fine. I can try to get half paid today or probably tomorrow.
Well, I hope you get it done, and I hope I wish you the best of luck. And just let's not. Well, put it this way: if you get a ticket, make sure you stay on top of it. That's what you need to do. And you heard me earlier, when if you get these speeding tickets, which I hope you don't come back in here with a speeding ticket anymore, because the deal is not going to be this good. But at least make that court date. If you pay a speeding ticket, you're going to get all the points associated with it. But you're not going to be driving until you get a driver's license anyway. So that's that. Oh, and then it's the 210 for the careless driving. So you have to add that on there as well. That's something that you entered into a while back. All right, we lost her. All right. Thank you, Mr. Berry.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, I appreciate you, sir. And until next time, I will see you again.
Take care, and thank you very much.
All right, nice seeing you. All right, have a great one.